haven't collabed with a lot of producers like successfully, like not for lack of trying. And so when you find like someone that you vibe with, whether that's in person or remotely, you kind of like, it's like kind of found gold. And that's, I guess, why we just keep doing it.
I know. It's almost like its own little version of a relationship. You're like, God, I've been on so many Tinder dates and the conversation is just such a snore. But like with you, it's just easy. It just flows. So let's do this again.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
I want to talk about the latest Party Lok. Is that how you call it? Party Lok?
Sure. Yeah,
Pat Pupils.
in all of our like texts and like demos, it's just PP and PL because like it's just like
way that's easier. Good. I like that. PPL, PPP, 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 PPPL.
Yeah. So what happened was basically,
I heard y'all met over Twitter because you both love AHA.
So that's the original, like, how we linked, and we followed each other, and Ryan or Party Pupils was tweeting about like a Take On Me remix, and I guess I was like, I suppose I liked the music that I'd heard, and I was like, maybe this could be a thing. So I literally just like wrote some chords, and that was it, and sent them over on like a DM. I was
Amazing.
Like, if you're doing this AHA remix, like maybe you could use these chords. Like, some jazzier version of it. And Ryan was like, oh, like dope, like this totally works. And then like put the whole thing together. And we didn't even ever release it, but we like play it. I think he plays like a fair amount in sets. And then we met at Electric Forest. We were both playing. It was probably 28. Yeah, I think you were there. Was it
the same year? I was going to say, was it the same year that you and I met? Because I didn't have the pleasure of meeting Ryan, but I sure met you.
Yeah, 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to remember, and I was like, the before times. It was the before times.
No, but that was a really good one. I mean, that was my first time to Michigan, and to see a festival with that kind of production, which was super cool and fun crowd, obviously. And we met and just kind of hit it off. And then after that, we got back to LA, and I didn't really know his background, but we were like, let's get in the studio. And then, we got together and like, did this beat that was actually a lot slower that became From the Back. And I remember that day because I was like stressing over, I was like trying to like figure out these like jazzy chords. I don't come from that background. I just kind of figure out by ear. But he actually does. He used to play in like, and still does, I think, playing like jazz bands.
And he's like a studio musician. He's like a for hire guy.
Exactly. He's very talented.
Yeah, you got to be talented to be one of those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And so I was like sitting at the keys trying to figure out a couple turnarounds, and he like went to like, light up or something, and I was like, oh, now's our chance, like I can like figure it out. And then
now's the chance. His hands are busy.
He was like outside, and I was like, I think writing on the spot is something that some people excel at, and like writing on the spot with someone else watching.
Oh yeah, I can't. If someone even looks over my shoulder while I'm writing something on the computer, it's like suddenly I just go ghost, and I'm like, I can't. You must step away. Yeah, read it when I'm done all day. Like
exactly. Not while I'm like thinking about the words.
Yeah.
And so, but we liked the beat that we came up with that day. It was like a lot slower. It was like 1:15 or something. And then I was like playing out the demo a lot. It was an instrumental, and I kind of had in my mind that there were like two people that would have been would be a great fit on it.
Oh yeah.
And Dance is one of them. And I'd be curious if you could maybe guess who the other person might be.
Me?
Like, or
anyone. Yeah.
You were the chat.
Who would be the other one? See, now I feel on the spot.
Yeah, I can throw it out there. Is
it similar to the dances? Yeah, okay, I like that. We've got
to stick around.
Yes.
And then I'll tell you who
Wait, but is it just one hint? Similar to dances, like in the same vein of attitude? Or are we talking like...
Not similar to dances.
Okay, ooh, exciting.
So okay, so you
It's
got
not
the
Uffy,
motor.
right? I don't know why I just said Uffy, but I'm going to
Honestly,
say it.
that's an interesting one. No, like as the answers come in, like please in the chat. 'Cause I'm not in the
For
my
sure.
Twitch is not working. Throw them at me. But yeah, so that happened, and what was funny is he just sent like a 2-minute like voice memo over, like literally on his iPhone, and then I was like, all right, I'm like chop up certain parts and remove certain parts and like rearrange it, and then that became the record.
Amazing. And then that started this, like, well, it didn't start, but as a release, it started the beautiful friendship, collaboration, partnership that is PPPL.
Totally. I do like the sound of that.
Right? That is fun.
PPPL.
I like that. I heard that you have like almost an album's worth of collaborations that you're sitting on.
So this is like one of those things. I'm super grateful to Ryan because like he is incredibly focused on like the thing he knows like that he needs to do, which is like music all day. Music in his other capacity, studio, musician and MD, and then also for Party Pupils. And I'm like, sometimes I get a little bit distracted and I like start to question myself. And so last year I was like struggling with maybe purpose or like motivation, because a lot of my music comes from like I think of specific context, whether that's to like perform live when I have my live show or to play in the club and stuff. And so being devoid of that, you know, was challenging, as I'm sure, you know, that kind of stuff was for everyone. But he was like, hey, like, do you want to work on some stuff? He was actually in New York over the holidays, and I was back up in Vancouver with my family visiting for the first time, for the first time that year. And then we just started a couple of different ideas, and they went very quickly, which is why it's funny that like our first collab was in person, because like we've literally never written in person since that day in like 2018. But it's easy. We just flip I message like ideas back and forth and be like, oh, I like this, like send me the session and I'll just add on to it. I'll just like record some parts and send them back. And he works quite quickly. And then the last 5 or 10% sometimes we take some finessing, but it was sort of invigorating because then I didn't really have as much time to get like lost in my own head. But like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? Do I even like music? Like, you know, like it's like not right.
Should I just become a food blogger? Like,
exactly.
Saving the day, Captain Ryan. Yeah.
So like, and I was like, even if I didn't know what we were necessarily trying to do, I was like, okay, I like, you know, this idea, and I know what I would like to add on top of that. And so it became like purist again, focusing on like just writing the best song in that moment.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, like I can detach, it allowed me to detach because I didn't want to like also like let someone else down that was putting in, you know, work that I appreciated. So it's like, it's almost like when you need like someone else to like do something, like send an email or like pick up something, and we can like, I feel like I can procrastinate for myself, but I don't want to procrastinate for someone else because they have their other stuff going on, right? Like they have their whole lives, and you know, maybe they also like to procrastinate. So I'm like, the sooner I give this to you, the better we're all off going to be. Yeah. So on a collab, I'll often try to like get that creative stuff down as quickly as possible and send it back, and then the other artist can be like, no, or I like this, or why don't we do it this way? And then you just have this like active dialogue.
Yeah. Oh,